Hello, Rudra.
Hello, am I audible? Hello, hello, am I audible?
I can barely hear you.
Okay. Hello, am I audible now? I'm not sure what happened. Hello, hello, hello.
I can hear you, Rudra. Hello? Hello?
Hello, you can hear me, right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Hi, sorry for that. I don't know why it's not working properly.
Okay.
So,
1 second. I'm waiting for my colleague to join. He's having.
okay.
Hello?
Yeah, Srini. Can you hear? Can you hear me, Srini?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, Rudra, you can start.
Yes. Hi, Shini.
Do you mind to on the camera, please, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah. I'm.
Okay, I think we can start, Rudra. Would you mind introducing yourself? Srini and I work together, so.
Okay. Okay. So hi, myself Rudra Pawar, and I'm basically graduated. Uh, I have completed my graduation in Bachelor of Computer Application (BCA), and I have total more than around 4.2 years of experience in MS SQL Server. So initial 2 years, I work as a SQL support engineer, where my task is to the support means check the SQL agent job status, check the status of servers, configure servers. Sometimes I do some minor corrections in scripts, like store procedure, or any if any errors are happening due to the data incorrection, input data incorrection. So that kind of things I have done. But last 2 years I'm working as a SQL developer, and I working from last 6 months I'm started working on SSIS packages and SSRS as well. So in total, my experience, I work on various domain, mostly education ERP system, and I have worked with different client from real estate as well, where they have different sites on US, and they upload various photos which having bulk in size. So we ship those photos effectively in our database, and it will get live to the customers depend on their login. And about the other project, I'm also work on school ERP system, where it is actually a very much complicated system. Why I'm saying that? Because they need to maintain data, they need to maintain back records as well, and it is easily replicated to various clients. So we're providing end-to-end service to the school ERP system, college ERP system for our clients. It is totally web-based service, and it is completely means client side. They no need to take anything. They even the data entry is also doing by our side, but not me, but our team is doing that. So entire process we are in our side, like that. So I'm in both project. I'm working in SQL development.
Okay. So what are your day-to-day roles and responsibilities mainly?
So mainly, like I have mentioned, in that school ERP system, there are regularly updates in store procedures, because now the front end is changing continuously. They add more dynamic results, and for that, they want to process data fast. And we started data warehousing as well from last 8 months. So we continuously working on that concept, creating SSIS packages and move those data in data warehouse to for analytic purpose. So mostly my work is updating the store procedures. Uh, Sometimes need to create some tables and views and all.
Okay.
Can you tell us, like, how your store procedure look like? I mean, does it use any cursors, or
What's the
how you are
functional?
building
Yeah.
this procedure? Yeah.
Yeah, so I will give you one example of store procedure. A simple example, like in web-based of application form, they have some request, right? So let's say they want student details. So they put some information, and from that information, our database scanning, and it will provide the result of that student with particular details depend on their authorization and login. So it all for the functioning of that ERP web ERP system. We provide backend store procedure to work on that. And that other project that I have talked, we have SSIS packages, and for that SSIS package to run individual sequencing or data cleaning, we created store procedures.
Yes. What type of data?
Srini, I'm sorry, but your voice is not audible to me clearly.
You're breaking, Srini.
What applications are you selling this procedure?
You're still breaking, Srini. You want to type?
Still breaking.
What type of like maybe meanwhile by the time Srini gets back, like what type of functions have you used within the store procedure? Like what is the overall functionality? I understand you're saying like username, password, and then it'll give the results, but like what is the logic behind, yeah, okay. Srini's question is what kind of validations are you doing in the store procedure?
So validation part, I think I'm not means just debugging. I have done means I'm creating the store procedure and checking those performance, query performance, and then we check with the UI team whether it's working clearly or not, and then we finally submit it. I'm not
But
doing actual deployment.
This is not deployment, validation, right?
How are you measuring the performance?
Okay.
Yeah, performance by checking the execution plan and checking if their proper indexing is happening on the table or particular column, and then check the
What is your metric to identify this query is not performing well?
I'm not sure how that works, but what we normally do, we check the individual small we distribute those store procedure in small chunks. We check individual code in SSMS, and then if that working fine, whatever the input, whatever the variables we have used, it giving the desired report, then we send that full store.
So you are not developing the store procedure.
I'm actually writing a store procedure, but yeah, some part I'm developing, some part I hand over to the other.
Okay. Because what I've been hearing is you're giving input and you're getting output. But what's happening in middle, that I would like to know.
Sorry, may I missing something? Your question is not clear.
No, I think.
I mean, you were telling you're giving input and getting output. Right? Middle, something is happening. Validation is happening. What kind of validations you are doing? Performance, you are tuning performance. So whether the query is performing well or not, you're simply tuning the query.
Right.
How would you ensure that you are getting the right data?
So like mostly we need to check manually, and we have some exercise packages as well to check those if any like any fields are null or any data is not in proper data types. So we get a report from that.
But like in the stored procedure, so you don't have any validations. For example, you have inputted your name, Rudra Power, but you're getting the results for Suma. So how would you ensure that?
Okay, for that I think various constraints need to take in place, and I'm not sure.
Okay. So data validation, someone else will manage that.
Yeah,
So the developer will do a unit testing, right? Basic unit testing. So how would you pass without like how would you push your code to UAT, or does your UAT team does like without even you're doing like a basic unit testing?
so as I mentioned, I am testing that code in small parts, and like with small temp data, and if that working fine, then I will transfer it to the UI team, and if I will take the feedback from them as well if it is working fine.
Feedback is not important because here we don't have a UAT team. So we have to do the validation on our own. So that's very important for us.
Maybe if one or two uh, if we have some time, and I can get those used to it, and then maybe I can learn that thing.
Okay.
I'm not doing in my current role because as
Are
I
you
mentioned,
BI developer or application developer?
uh, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm actually working on exercise packages as well, and some reports we also generate.
What was your question, Srini?
I mean, my question is like, does he develop application or data warehouse? What he is supporting? Is, are you
What are you
supporting
supporting,
applications or
Rudra? Are you
Uh,
supporting like the back end or the front end?
Backend actually, and in that school ERP system, we from last 8 months we started data warehousing. So I'm working on that as.
Okay.
so what is your role in building the data warehouse?
So I create ETL packages to get load those data in database. Uh, and if any like we have some packages already built with using those store procedure on that. So if something is not working clear, we'll check those packages containers, and if that data flow is correct. That way.
How big is the data? Like what is the size? How many number of records you have?
So in that school ERP system, we have student entry every year, and then we have follow for fees and other educational curriculum. We not provide any assignment or that for that. So I think it's around 20 GB data is there. But in that uh, construction site that I'm talking, there are big data. Means they sending photos. Sometime in peak period, they sending photos around 4 or 5 gigs per day. So that kind of data we need to
So that is the
filter
image
out.
size, not really
Yeah,
like a database size. Okay.
no, right.
Okay.
The processing data.
Okay. What is the size of your team?
Total 12 members.
12 members. So currently you're working, and what time are you available?
So currently, actually, it's work from home. So
Okay.
my shift timing is 8 to 4 in day shift. But as it's work from home, it's highly flexible, and currently there are no any, because I have used to all those system. It not take me much time to do those regular tasks. So I'm finishing those within 4 hours, and then uh, 3 minutes.
Okay.
I can give more than 8 hours per day required.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Rudra. I mean, do you have any questions for us?
Uh, Yeah, if I could get basic about project and what my roles and responsibilities if get selected, like kind of job, and is it like long term, short term, how it nature of project and how it going to.
Mainly ours is
Maybe we can give those details, Yeah. We can give those details little later.
Okay,
Next time when we
no
catch up,
issue.
we can.
No issue.
Because it will take a little time for us to explain all those.
No, mainly my reason to ask this question is if anything missing from my side, I will get learn and I will get prepared before starting that task. That's the only concern to get the right fit for this job.
Yeah, Suma, over to you.
Yeah, I'll give you very high level overview, like within a minute or something like. So this is completely a conversion project. Okay, and we have close to 3 terabytes of the data, and it's like completely converting from one system to another system. From on-prem to online. And our stored procedures are like lengthy, and they are we have huge data, and validation is very, very important for us. Like every step of the way, we have to do the validation as we are changing. So it's not just you pass an input and get an output. So that's why we were asking, like, what type of validations are very, very important for us. And it is like a very we don't have time to handhold right now because we are under the crunch of the timeline for the project. So that's like we are trying to, look someone who comes and hit the ground running and move forward with a very minimal guidance.
Okay.
Yep. 95% converting the stored procedures, not just updating small things or things. Like you have to take it end to end, understand the logic and update them, rules and things like that.
Okay. And about the timeline means length of project.
So I think around 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Rudra, for your time. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Thank you, Rudra.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you,
Okay.
Srini. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.